All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, Void Dweller. Hello, OA. Welcome back to the finale of Ever17. Last time, we learned a bit more about Blick WInkel, and one of you guys told me that that Blick WInkel is really also more went through in Never 7. It's kind of like the big connecting thing is what I'm surmising between the Infinity series is Blick WInkel and also I think Lieblich as well. I'm not sure, and otherwise, the casts are, I think, fairly completely different for the most part. And yeah, he is this interdimensional entity which freaking Haruyu was somehow able to do research to figure out how to contact him. And somehow knew that he would be possessing Hokuto at that exact time. And basically used that to be able to try to communicate their situation to him. That is fucking nuts, man. I really hope we learn more about that. How again, that might be a Never 7 thing that I might not ever truly know. How, and I also want to know what the fuck is going to happen with Lieblich. Because how did they just get to use that facility from them? Has Lieblich been taken down by that time in 2034? I just don't know. There's still so many questions, but also main thing, Blick allowed Hokuto to talk with his father Takeshi at the bottom of the sea and get him to why did that happen? God, I hate that feature of Windows where if you bring something to the bottom of the screen, it literally just warps everything else away. 999 is not part of the Infinity series, Void Dweller, no. 999 is a completely different series, Zero Escape series. And I just the main thing that happened last time is that Takeshi and Coco, through Blick and Hokuto's guidance, were able to get into the cryosleep pods, and now they're just waiting there somehow. Hello, Relast. Welcome to the stream. They're just waiting there for everybody to come. Thankfully, that IVF received power. All these years. I thought that lab was taken down and nobody noticed that they were down there. Oh jeez. I hope we'll know more about that. It's I'm shocked it wasn't flooded and that place destroyed with the broken elevator. And also I do want to know was Lemu rebuilt or not? It must have been rebuilt. Anyway, all these questions. I want to know what happens. I hope all the families can get back together. I want to know, did Takeshi might not have aged in hypersleep too much because of he got the infusion of Tsukumi's cure, but Coco might have. For the final time, let's get back into it. Ever17. Oh yeah, we gotta let everyone know Coco and Takeshi are here at IVF! I wasn't sure whether it was I or Hokuto who thought that. Maybe it was because we had switched places so often that the boundary between Hokuto and myself had started to become very vague. Our consciousness had gotten muddy, tangled, and intertwined. We were close to a state of fusion. Uh-oh. That would be bad for Blick. Or maybe we might have been that way ever since the beginning. Really. My thoughts were the same as Hokuto's, and Hokuto's thoughts were the same as mine. Being me and being Hokuto weren't all that different. Holy shit, damn, what the fuck? How? We'd been one since long ago and would continue to be one. That thought just went through my mind. But it wasn't the time to be engrossed in such thoughts. That is some crazy shit. Our consciousness flew up to the floating island. A miniature submarine was floating on the ocean surface, swaying in the waves and being teased along by time. It left a carefree trail in the deep blue ocean. I searched inside of it, but Tsugumi had already disappeared. Oh, that's right. He's still looking over 2017. She must be somewhere on the floating island. I expanded my sight and looked down at the entire artificial island. I saw someone, but it wasn't Tsugumi. It was Yubise Harukana. Hokuto and I flew down near her side. Walking along with Yubise Harukana was Pipi. He was soaking wet, which meant that it must have been right after you had picked up Pipi from the ocean surface. Yep. She was walking down the trail, attended by a few men who seemed to be staff members of the Moon. She was walking toward a helicopter. Wow! So, okay, so she's basically just keeping her job at... Yeah, she did, didn't she? She's keeping her job at Blick. But then again, you in 2017 didn't know what happened to Tsugumi. She might have found out later. She was probably on her way to a large hospital or something. She looked surprisingly healthy. She was walking steadily without support. That's because she got an infusion of Tsugumi power. Although she seemed in a dark mood, at least her health seemed fine. The antibodies must have worked, just like with Takeshi, yeah. They're just gonna, like, blame all the crazy stuff on Kirei, basically. Like these characters' insane survivability. But you know what, Tsugumi? At least you got friends now to be immortal with forever. I think that's pretty cool. Although I don't think that she and Takeshi should have any more children, given that they might stop aging at 5 years old, and that would really suck. Anyway, I need to tell her what happened to Takeshi and Coco. You! It was Hokuto who shouted at her. Huh? Who is it? Caught off guard, she glanced all around. The staff members darted skeptical looks at her when she started talking to herself all of a sudden. Whoa! Hold on there, Tiger. Are you really gonna change history? It's me! Kid? Is that you, Ryogo? No, it's the other kid. Who is this me? There was no way she could have known Hokuto. Hokuto hadn't even been born yet in that world. And she wouldn't have believed us if we had told her, we're talking to you from 17 years in the future. Exactly, Voidwell. They wouldn't be half-breeds. Any future children wouldn't be half-breeds anymore. Hokuto told her. Look, there's something I want to tell you. So listen to me carefully. Actually, Hokuto told her that Coco and Takeshi had been left in the laboratory and that they were under cryogenic suspension in the pods. No way! It can't be! Oh god. Then Takeshi might be taken to Blick as an experiment. So you have to help them right away, okay? Are you serious? Totally! Coco and Takeshi weren't on that sub that rescued you. And the only others who were rescued were Tsugumi and Kaburaki. Don't forget about me. Pipi looked at Hokuto and me, and then gave a loud bark. Oh yeah, Pee-Pee. Although Pee-Pee's a robot. Pee-Pee had a disc in his mouth, didn't he? Uh-huh. You mean the terabyte disk, right? That's right. Sora's data and her memories are inside it. Oh shit. What else? Oh yeah, Blick is evil! Wait a second. Where on earth are you now? Next question. That doesn't really matter. You have to believe me. How am I supposed to do that? You're literally a voice in my fucking head. What is this? Am I hearing things? Oh god. No, you're not! Seriously, Takeshi and Coco are... Pee-Pee started barking again. I know! Pee-Pee, Pee-Pee must have seen it! Pee-Pee saw Coco collapse in the hallway. There's gotta be some image data of that saved in Pee-Pee's memory. By the way, Pee-Pee is a robot. What? Can you play it back? I love just like you just standing here looking like this. Oh my god! Wow! This is a fantastic sprite. Oh my god! I love this sprite so much. There's so many good sprites in this game. She dropped her head down as if in deep in thought, closed her eyes, and massaged her temples with her fingertips. Oh, God. Okay. I think my brain tumor or whatever is affecting me, and I choose to make the adult decision not to listen to the crazy voices inside my head. No! Listen to them! After seeming distressed in that manner for a while, she must have reached a conclusion. You looked up in different directions and spoke. All right. I have no idea who you are, and I'm probably really delusional right now, but I'll see what I can do. Thank you, you. Oh, thank God she believed me. I'm counting on you. It's about time I get back to where I came from. Well, where did you come from? The future. Oh. Where did you come from? You wouldn't believe me, but... It's 17 years in the future. And then they just noped on out of there. Hokuto and I went back to the world of 2034. Surprisingly, the future had been completely altered. Holy... What? Already? Takeshi was there. Coco was there. Yubisei Harukana was there. So was Yubisei Akikana. Sugumi was there. Sarah was there. Sora was there. Kabaraki was there. And so was Hokuto. They were chatting happily in a circle. I didn't know what had happened though. I was just really... Wow. The future had been altered already. How did it happen? I suppose Yubusei Arukano kept her promise with Hokuto, so Coco and Takeshi were rescued immediately afterward. In that version of history, Takeshi hadn't died 17 years previously, but was still alive and well. So in that world, Tsugumi didn't have to send Hokuto and Sarah to the institution, or orphanage, I guess it should be called. In that version of the future, Hokuto and Sarah didn't have to be separated. Besides, I understood the incident in 2034 was planned so that I, Blick WInkel, would come into existence. Wait, he didn't exist before that? What kind of crazy black magic did you do, you? What the fuck? It was planned to have me descend into the world. Oh, I see. Come into existence that way. Planned to have me descend into the world so that the past would be altered and Coco and Takeshi would be saved. Damn, now you got a time paradox on your hands. But in that history, Coco and Takeshi had been already rescued safely 17 years prior. Therefore, there was no longer any way to grab my attention and make me fear the world. It's like, oh my, I've gone cross-eyed. Ah, jeez. Therefore, Yubusei Arukano didn't have to come with an outrageous plan to trap everyone at Lemu. Oh, which meant that the incident starting on May 1st, 2034 hadn't taken place in that history. None of them had been trapped in Lemu. Which meant that Yubusei Arukano had no reason to lie to Yubusei Akakano. Yubusei Arukano was told Yubusei Akakano the truth in that history. As such, they were all able to spend their lives peacefully from 2017 until now. But wouldn't they still be on the run from Lilac? They'd all lived safely, with time just passing by peacefully and slowly. And that was what I was seeing right then. Hey, but wait a second. Who even are you? No, just kidding. I need to think a little more about it. In 2017, Takeshi and Coco were saved by Yubusei Arukano's actions. So if time passed by peacefully, it would eventually be the year 2034. There wouldn't be any accident. I, Blick WInkel, wouldn't appear. What would happen then? Oh my god. Oh. And here's where Will comes down and says,
"Don't think too hard about it. You'll just get a headache."
Oh my god. Hokuto in that world went Takeshi in the past, 2017. In the past that I knew, Hokuto had felt his raw, untamed force, and it shouted to Takeshi's body lying on the bottom of the ocean. Dad! Dad! Don't you die on me! But in the past, retraced from the future, Takeshi had never heard his son scream. That... Takeshi would have long since decomposed on the bottom of the ocean. Since Takeshi hadn't come back to life, Coco would have been left in the hallway and... Hello, Eblis. Welcome to the stream. We are... Blick WInkel is losing his mind over time paradoxes. Both of them would die. This is absolutely nuts. Because the incident in 2017 had already taken place as a historical fact, which meant that even the past connected directly to that world, the incident in 2017 wouldn't have been avoided. Therefore, that world could never be possible. It could never exist. It was a paradox. If that world could exist, a question would naturally arise. Who said save the Takeshi who is alive here today? Was it Hokuto from a different future? Was it Hokuto from a world where there had been an accident in 2034? Had saved Takeshi? No, that wasn't possible. Because in order... Okay, we get it! We get it! It's a time paradox! Because in order for that to be in 2034, the Takeshi could have saved 2017 had to be true, which meant that... Oh my god. You know, Takeshi... I'm sorry, this is hilarious. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Blick WInkel, what did you do? You shouldn't have tried to change the future, man. You should have just helped everyone rescue Takeshi and Coco back in 2034. Oh my god. Jeez, then the time loop would be stable. Now you fucked things up. In order for Takeshi to come back to life at the bottom of the ocean, the events had to take place in 2034. Of course, this is all 100% possible if we use Steins Gate rules. Like, there's no paradoxes if this is Steins Gate's rules. It's just different world lines. And in order for Coco to go under cryogenic suspension, the events had to take place in 2034. Therefore, that peaceful world could never exist! Just as I reached that conclusion. Oh, God. What the actual fuck? My God. Things are getting really fucking nuts. Takeshi was cheerfully talking with everyone, suddenly started to decompose with a horrible sound. His skin became soggy and peeled off. What the fuck? Oh my god. This is like the description of gore in the beginning of Ever17, of 999. His exposed muscle fibers became dark and putrid, their surface flaking away. His cells started to dissolve and run like mud, drifting to the ground. His abdomen burst open, spilling his internal organs. What the fuck kind of horror show is this? The Mystery Theater, welcome to the stream. His hair fell out in chunks, exposing the white skull underneath. All that was left were white bones with pieces of red flesh stuck to them. Eventually, even his skeleton collapsed with a dry sound. At the same time, Coco disappeared noiselessly. Confused, Hokuto and I flew back to 2017. God damn it, you guys. Why did you try to change the fucking past? Oh my god. Yubusei Arcana was still standing in the same place. Oh my god. You! Forget what I just said! I'm just a magical voice inside your head. Blah 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 blah. You better eat the grass. La da 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 da. Oh god, why am I going insane? Whoa, what? You just disappeared and now you're back again? This is like that one sketch in Family Guy where they kept going back and like to prevent like time. Oh my god! I like to keep stopping themselves from changing the past. Don't tell me it was only a joke or something. Yeah, that's it. It was a joke. I won't. God damn it. Why are you making this complicated? It was real. I'm telling the truth. Takeshi and Coco are sleeping in the capsule pods right now. But you can't do anything about it. Nothing. Pretend I didn't say that. You can't rescue them. What? Why is that? Time loops, paradoxes, horror shows. It's because... God damn it! Blick WInkel! Seriously.
Oh my god, Blick WInkel, you really suck at interfering in the lives of mortals. I mean, come on.
Seriously? You couldn't even get this simple time loop resolved. To think the amount of times we've been through something. Hey, it's my first time, alright? You guys take it easy on me.
Whatever.
Enough! I can't stand it any longer! I pushed away Hokuto's consciousness and jumped to the front.
You have to wait for 17 years, okay?
I told her that before anything else.
17 years from now, I will reappear before you. I promise. But, so, yeah, do absolutely nothing. Forget I said this completely.
Huh? You puckered her lips and cocked her head to the side.
Just listen carefully to what I'm gonna tell you.
I roughly explained to her.
17 years from now, I will reappear before you all. I just told you that, right? But in order for me to reappear, you will need to trick me.
But you're saying you're gonna reappear right now.
No. You have to trick me! It's the rules!
Oh, God.
So what I'm asking you to do is trick me 17 years from now.
But you told me to do it, so how will you not know it's a
Just do it! Trick me into falsely believing that it's the year 2017 again. When that happens, I will still be the third eye, Blick WInkel, and that will cause me to reveal myself. And unless I reveal myself, neither Takeshi nor Coco will be saved. Because in order to restore life to Takeshi, who's sinking to the bottom of the ocean, I will need to appear myself and go back to the year 2017, which is what I'm doing right now. If I do not appear myself, Takeshi is gonna rot at the bottom of the ocean. And if Takeshi fails to reach the laboratory, Coco will be left in the hallway and die right there. Both of them will die, actually. Do you get it? Please tell me you get it. You have to get it!
Oh my god, kid. Seriously? Seriously?
Okay, Lambda. Seriously, I'm doing my best. I'm just doing my best. Stop making fun of me.
No, I think she's absolutely right, too.
You too, Burncastle.
Yes, me too. But this is entertaining, so keep going.
Do you get it? No matter what happens, you need to stay away from IBF until 17 years from now. If you save Takeshi and Coco now, the events in 2034 will fail to take place, and thus I won't be able to come back here and tell you to trick me. And if that happens, I won't appear. If I don't appear, then I'll be unable to save Takeshi and Coco in 2017. Which will form a time paradox, and Takeshi and Coco will disappear. I'll repeat it again, okay? In order for me to appear in the year 2034, you must not rescue Takeshi and Coco now.
And you're sure you're not gonna come back 5 minutes from now and tell me to do the opposite?
I almost promise. I know it's painful, but it's the only way. And as for the way to trick me, well, how can I explain? You'll need a bit of preparation. Basically, you have to plan your entire life around this.
So, let me get this straight. Instead of going right now to rescue them, you're asking me to dedicate my life to this, take over Lemu, work up this position, neglect my daughter, and basically put my own daughter and a bunch of people that I know in an extremely precarious situation, including young children.
Yes! You finally get it! Yes!
I think I'm just gonna go rescue him now.
No! However, it shouldn't be too difficult. You'll certainly have enough time. 17 years, actually. So it shouldn't be impossible. I mean, maybe on some world lines you'll get it. I'll tell you what to do. Are you ready?
Oh, poor you! my god. This is the most hilarious ending ever. I gotta say, I did not expect Blick WInkel to be such a motherfucking dumbass in the most adorable, non-insulting way possible. Like use expression throughout all this. Like, could you imagine being you and listening to this? This has to be one of the most hilarious endings to a time travel visual novel I've ever read. Mostly like basically all due to Blick WInkel's complete dumbassery. Like, my god. Oh god.
The day to act on the plan will be Monday, May 1st, 2034. Remember it. Got it memorized? First, Sarah will be visiting Lamu for a school event on that day.
Who the fuck is Sarah?
Sarah's Tsugumi's daughter, by the way, who'll be born next January.
Oh wait, should I tell Tsugumi that she's gonna have kids? Cause I haven't seen her recently. I think she's on the run from Blick. Maybe. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, never mind that. She's actually a twin, and her twin brother's name is Hokuto. Although, don't tell her that, cause, she's supposed to come up with the names on her own. But, due to unavoidable circumstances, Tsugumi, Sarah, and Hokuto will be separated. It's really sad and made Collider cry and everything, and I just... So, you could probably just tell Tsugumi you'll be reunited with your son and daughter at Lamu.
That was your impression of me?
Give me a break. If you tell her that, Tsugumi will come to Lamu for sure.
How am I supposed to contact her if she's on the run?
I don't know! Next, you can also invite Hokuto in the same way. If you tell him you'll meet your mother and sister, he'll also come alone. But he'll be mind-jacked by me for most of it. You must also have your daughter, Yubise Akikana, work as a Lamu attendant, just as you did. If a coacher, you could lead her in that direction, right?
So, you want me to interfere in my daughter's entire life for this, when I could just go and rescue them right now?
Yes! Oh, no. I mean, no. And you must not tell anything to Sora. Nothing. Zip. Zilch. Nada. It's really best that you just erase her memories of the incident in 2017, so she does not even know any of these people ever. There's nothing to worry about because the backup memories are saved in the terabyte disk. And finally, you'll need the cooperation of young Kaburaki. 17 years from now, Kaburaki must look and act exactly like Kuronari Takeshi.
Ever17 to be the funniest part of the entire game. I really wasn't. Oh my god.
So, he must begin training to look and act just like Takeshi.
You're serious?
Don't worry, he'll catch on in 17 years. He just gotta spend the next half of his life, just doing this. Just trying to look and act like this one guy for just a week. 17 years later, he'll be totally fine with it, so don't worry about it. These 6 people are required for the plan. All you have to do is simply throw them all together into Lamu on May 1st, 2034, and have an accident similar to the one in 2017. If you can arrange this, things will work out by themselves. It's really, I'm doing all the hard work. You've got the easy stuff in the beginning, just setting this up, getting everyone's careers and contact information in line 17 years from now. Yeah, everything will just work out. I'll do all the heavy lifting at the end. You have the easy breezy job in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
The time in question will be 1 week from the 1st to the 7th. For these 7 days, you must not interfere with them, not even close. No matter what kind of crisis happens. Understood? They will survive by themselves, trust me. Totally fine. And should I show no sign of reappearing by 9 p.m. on the 6th, then, tough shit, means you got in the you or the Sarah timelines, and everything was for a complete waste. Then I ask of you to rescue them all. Is that clear? Will you do what I just told you? You must not forget this 5-page instructions that I just dictated to you. Well, I'm pretty sure you're doing something else. You, please. On May 1st, 2034, you are gonna trick me with this elaborate plan that I have totally come up with. Understood? Wait, I mean not me to be exact. It's actually Hokuto. I want you to trick Hokuto. Not me, but the guy who's the same voice that I have. Hokuto. He's not born yet, but he will be. And I am him, but I'm also not. I'm Blick WInkel. You must trick him, so he will believe it is the year 2017. Trust me on this. It'll be a totally great plan. Now, just to tell you, 17 years from now, without remembering why, I might ask you something like, what if you called me here? Then I want you to answer this way.
I only followed your directions.
That's all.
You have some of the best sprites in this whole game. Seriously. They picked the best sprite. For you right here, right now. This is just unbelievable. I just... Oh my god!
It was kind of lengthy, but do you understand? You got it, right? I need you to understand this.
Yubusei Harukata was surprisingly accepting of this elaborate plan concocted by the voice inside her head. As if overwhelmed by my enthusiasm, she kept nodding her head and going, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. But I was still worried about whether she truly understood everything. Maybe I should just explain it all together again from the beginning. I repeated the same words, almost as if I were trying to... Oh my god, poor you. Poor you. Oh my god. Oh my god, poor you. Seriously, Blick WInkel, you could have just let well enough alone. Oh my god. Went back to the future and helped them rescue Takeshi and Coco. For a character that we barely know, Blick WInkel is so fucking hilarious. Oh my god. He is the most dumbass fifth dimensional entity I have ever seen in any media. Seriously. Like, usually they just act dumb. It's like, no. Blick WInkel really is a motherfucking dumbass. Oh my god. Oh my god. I love how Uchikoshi gave him a character of his own. Truly one of the most unique and memorable multi-dimensional entities. That, like, seriously, they are never portrayed as this incompetent. And this is amazing. This is amazing. It took several more hours for her to precisely capture the whole picture. Oh my god, poor Ji-chan, oh my god. It turns out Ever17 is basically, what if Lambda and Bernkastel were actually dumbasses? And that is Ever17 in a nutshell. It took several more hours for her to precisely capture the whole picture. In the meantime, she just stayed on this expression, just going, Hokuto and I made sure. Hokuto and I made sure that she understood one last time that we left her probably in a freaking state of mental, like, oh my god. Extreme mental confusion. Oh my god. And this CG from the U ending. The world in 2034 had returned to normal. Hokuto and I were still confronting Yufusei Harukana. She kept her mouth closed as if she had spoken about everything. Akiyu stood next to her, also wordless. Okay, back to seriousness after that absolute ridiculousness. In the cold silence, I tried to reorganize in my mind what had happened so far and started wondering. Why am I here? I found the answer easily. I had appeared because, oh god. Blick WInkel. Oh god. I have appeared because I was tricked by myself from the past. In other words, the mastermind behind the incident in 2034 was no one else other than myself. Again, a lot like Zero Escape, allusion to Zero Escape here. In 2017, I had told you to trick me. Yeah, this is like a cross between Virtue's Last Reward and 999. Oh, I'm so sorry, T. I thought I told everybody. Streams, the Saturday stream was changed to Friday. In 2017, I told you to trick me. Therefore, I appeared in the world in 2034, having been tricked by myself. Thanks to the strength of Hokuto's appeal, Takeshi had come back to life and saved Coco, helped her into the pod, and activated the cryogenic suspension. So that was what happened. That moment when Hokuto had shouted out, "Dad!" at the dark bottom of the ocean. Everything had happened for the sake of that moment. It had taken 17 years and going back in time to bring the dead back to life. That was everything. Coco and Takeshi were still sleeping 119 meters under the ocean. So I needed to get there in order to save them. Before I realized it, I was already sprinting across the island. I ran on the grass and jumped into the deep brush. Dodging the branches slicing through the wind, I ran like a released arrow. As I pumped my legs, I thought,
How can I get to the bottom of the ocean?
I cut through the woods as I was thinking. Yeah, I guess the glasses dude wasn't Takeshi. Oh well, see, I totally... Oh, you thought it was only last week, T? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's the new schedule. I sprinted over the curving arch of a bridge and reached the docks, the harbor for the floating island. I looked around and didn't see anything that resembled a mini-sub. As I tried to catch my breath, I walked around the docks. I noticed there were broken pieces of rock in the middle of the open area. All the pieces scattered around were huge. They were as big as my whole body. The surface of the rocks had a refined smoothness. Looking closely, I found some letters were carved onto it. Were above sky. They were meaningless letters jumbled on the pieces of rock near me. Is it an anagram? There were letters on other pieces. I put the pieces together and tried to guess the original sentence. Where is heaven? Above the sky and at your feet. Oh, it's that haiku.
It's a stone monument.
I whispered. The monument must have fallen down for some reason and had broken into pieces. Was it due to the tremor from the accident? Or had it been the passengers who, in a state of panic, had rushed toward the docks and knocked it over? I had no idea what the cause was. I picked up one of the smaller pieces.
Oh, it's heavy.
It was probably as heavy as Coco. And then, a thought hit me. If I jumped into the ocean holding this piece of rock in my arms, before I had time to think it over, my feet were starting to move. Oh god. Poor Hokuto, what are you doing to his body? Blick WInkel, oh my god. I ran hard toward the ocean. The moment I reached my maximum speed, I kicked off the ground with all my strength. My body flew in the air. I jumped high over the fence. Seriously, Relest. Like, he could just ask for a submarine! My god! Blick WInkel, the absolute most dumbass. And again, I mean that as least insultingly as I possibly can. Like, a higher dimensional being I have ever seen. The blue water surface swayed below my eyes. I splashed into the ocean holding the heavy piece of stone. The letters on the piece said heaven. Holding heaven tight to my chest, I plummeted into the darkness. As I sank deeper and deeper, it felt as if I were running fast with the wind against my face. The seawater pressed hard on my eardrums. Unable to palm my ears because I held heaven in my arms. I simply endured the pain. God damn it, Blick WInkel. I swear, if Hokuto dies from this... Oh, God. Water pressure incredibly high squeezed my body. It felt as if my joints were about to snap into pieces. My chest felt as though it would be crushed, going deeper and deeper and deeper. The deeper I went, the more water pressure rose. My lungs couldn't stand it. I decided to open my mouth.
Oh god, bad decisions.
The air in my lungs came out. A large amount of water poured into them. I automatically gagged and started to choke. Even then, cold seawater filled my windpipe. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh my god, you know, I should really be watching this guy on how to, taking lessons on how to act like a dumbass. But I suppose that I could never imitate such a true dumbass as Blick WInkel. Oh, Lammy Whammy Poo, it's fine. I know you're my dumbass. Ah, of course, Bernie Burns.
As my lungs filled up with water, I felt despair welling up inside of me. How far had I gone? I looked up and saw the water surface far above. I couldn't go back anymore. Fucking hell, I fucking swear. I looked below. I couldn't see anything. There was only the blue-black darkness, not the white darkness. I couldn't see the bottom of the ocean yet. No matter how fast I sang, 119 meters was still very long. I I went deeper and deeper, but the scenery was unchanged. The darkness, darkness, darkness. A world covered in darkness. It occurred to me that I might... Yeah! Right now it occurs to you. Right fucking now it occurs to you. Oh, God. Blick WInkel, I wonder if Blick WInkel would get an invitation to the gathering of witches in friggin' Featherine's palace, or whether they would invite him but like give him slightly wrong directions, and he'll like spend literally 500 years trying to get in the right place, and they'll just be watching him from a higher dimension, like, and it'll be like the opening ceremony's entertainment of trying to see what exactly Blick WInkel does to get to the gathering of witches gathered by Featherine, and I just imagine all the other Voyagers just laughing at him. Oh my God. I'm just swallowed by some deep ocean trance to keep falling forever. I began to feel desperate. The only positive thing was that the pain had somehow disappeared. That's not a good thing! The city of books is what I meant, Void Dweller. Although it was kind of like a palace, because it acted like as like a final boss palace in Umineko. I felt that my conscious mind could still be clear, as the sense of pain had numbed. I realized that for the first time in my life. Actually, to begin with, the body I was in belonged not to me, but to Hokuto. No! Thinking about that, I felt guilty. Yeah! You really shouldn't! Good! Exactly, Eblis. Exactly. You feel guilty now?! Why didn't you just ask you for the fucking submarine? She spent 17 years planning this. You'd think she wouldn't have one prepared? Oh, God. Thinking about that, I felt guilty. I need to return it in one piece. I couldn't see the bottom of the ocean yet. My God! Like, being possessed by Blick WInkel must be fucking terrifying. He treats like a person's life as if it were a life in a video game. It's like you're being controlled like Mario, and like he just decides,
Maybe there's a secret at the bottom of that bottomless pit. I'll just go jump in. Who cares? It's not like it's a real person anyway. It's just Hokuto.
it's like, and then like Hokuto -1 goes.
Well, that didn't work. Try again.
My brain was ready. God. That's true, Relast. My brain was running out of oxygen and I started to lose consciousness. My limbs were numb. The numbness turned into spasms. Against my will, my limbs started to go wild. I almost dropped heaven. I quickly pulled it close to me and held it tighter to my chest, going deeper, deeper, and deeper. I must have looked like a priest had an exorcism gone wrong. Possessed by an evil spirit, my whole body was twitching wildly. Yes, you kind of are, Hokuto. You kind of are. You're not possessed by an evil spirit, you're possessed by a dumbass spirit. You know what? That Blick WInkel is the Witch of Incompetence. That's it. I figured out his witch title. He's the witch of incompetence. 100%. Clonk. I hit a rock surface and stopped sinking. How in the absolute fuck? How did you make it? How? You were literally about to die. For no good reason. My momentum carried me flying out of the water. Putting my face above the pool, I started coughing hard, trying to expel all of the seawater in my lungs. I clung to the edge of the pool, sucking in deep breaths of air. I coughed hard as I was breathing in and vomited a large amount of water. I repeated that many times. Yes. Yes. Drown the body, clunk! I cannot do Eartha Kitt. Nobody can replace Eartha Kitt. Oh my god. Pull the lever, clunk! I can't do it. Jeez. I repeated that many times. That's true, Celeste. But there was nothing stopping Blick WInkel from asking you for a fucking submarine. I really understood the suffering that Takeshi had gone through, and you put Hokuto through that suffering for literally no fucking reason. I crawled up weakly onto the floor.
Good thing that's not my body that I have to live with for the rest of my life. I'm an immortal god.
But there was no time to relax. I started running towards the examination room. It had been 17 years since I had last been there. I felt the heaviness of all the past years as I smelled the stale odor in the room. Also the heaviness of all of my organs being compressed into dust. Oh my god. Yeah, how the fuck is he gonna get Takeshi and Coco out of there? Because he's a fucking dumbass! The paint on the capsule pod had partially peeled off, and the surface of it was rough and weathered. Thank goodness that IBF is still receiving power. Manipulating the computer terminal, I checked on the status of the pods. Both Coco and Takeshi were safe. Under cryogenic suspension, their body temperatures have been kept about 7 degrees Celsius, not 17. Not 17 Fahrenheit, surprisingly, which is what I thought it would be, but yeah. With their heart rates and breathing reduced to only a few times per minute, they seem to be in good health. Well, that's good. The cryogenic suspension device seemed to have worked properly without a single glitch for 17 years. I deactivated the hibernation program for both of the pods. Finally, Coco and Takeshi were set to awaken at any time. First, I opened Coco's pod. She looked the exact same. Damn, wow, they didn't age at all while in cryosleep.
Coco! 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 Coco!
5 more minutes. Who is it?
It's me, Coco. I came to save you. In the most ridiculous, dumbass way possible.
You came?
Yes. I kept my promise, didn't I?
The promise? Promise?
Coco rubbed her eyelids and blinked repeatedly.
Ah! 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 I knew it! See, it did come to save me! Aww!
Coco jumped up and hugged me. Aww. No, was it actually Hokuto who she had hugged? Was it me or was it Hokuto? Was it Hokuto that wasn't me or was it me that wasn't Hokuto? I did not fully understand, but still. I hugged Coco tightly too.
You know, I've been waiting for you for so long.
I know.
I've been waiting for you for so long.
I know.
I knew you would come and get me. I want to see you so bad. I just want to see you again. My Oni-chan.
So, like, that brings like mysteries about Coco. Like she said she was psychic. What exactly does that mean? Is she like half fifth dimensional being like Blick WInkel or?
Yeah. But Coco? I'm not actually your brother.
Oh, that's alright. A girl could just have a brother could call someone who's like a brother Oni-chan.
Where's that written?
It's not written anywhere. I just decided it.
Coco stepped away from me. Coco and I stared at each other as if we were drawn to each other. You know, it's interesting. In the beginning, I shipped Kid and Coco. And in a way, it's kind of ending up like that, I guess. Although, like, not completely, but sorta.
Hey, it's strange. I thought I had so many things to talk to you about when I finally saw you, but I don't know why, but I got all tongue-tied. Oh, but one thing. Can I tell you something I couldn't tell you before?
Sure.
Well, I think I'd be surprised, but you might not believe me, but
Yeah, I thought so. I thought that. Of course, that was obvious.
Oni-chan wanted me to fall in love with you.
She fell in love with Blick WInkel. A dumbass and an adorable together.
What?
My heart skipped a few beats.
But I still, I don't really have a body of my own. And this body is kind of taken by Akiyu.
For 17 years. For 17 years. I've been waiting for you, Oni-chan. I've known about you 17 years ago. you see?
それにお兄ちゃんはずっとココのそばで見守ってくれてたじゃない。
You've been watching over me this whole time.
ココもずっとお兄ちゃんのことを見つめてたし。
I've been watching you too. And my god, you are the biggest motherfucking dumbass in the entire multiverse, seriously. I mean, good thing I am morosexual because my god.
It all started to make sense to me. Coco and I have been sharing that at the same time. I've just been sharing experience with Coco through Takeshi's point of view. I had always been by Coco's side.
好きになっちゃダメかな。
Would it be so bad if I fell in love with you?
I don't think so, really, but again, I don't have my own body.
Oh, well then,
じゃあ決まり。
it's decided.
今日からお兄ちゃんとココは恋人同士。
And now you and I are sweethearts, okay?
What?
Before I got a chance to ask her back, Coco jumped into my arms again. Coco had regained all her strength. Maybe the antibody had kicked in while she was under cryogenic suspension. Yeah, it probably had to. Whatever it was, I was relieved. My heart was filled with waves of happiness. It had taken me a while, but it was finally Takeshi's turn. I gave the body back over to Hokuto since I wanted them to have a family moment. He's like frozen solid! Hokuto opened Takeshi's pod.
Dad!
お父さん
Dad!
お父さん起きてよ
Dad, wake up!
パパ
Father! Huh? Why,
Takeshi abruptly woke up.
どこだここは
Where is this?
He looked around, confused. Takeshi realized that Hokuto's face was in front of him and said,
お前は
Who on
お前は一体
earth are you?
僕だよお父さん
It's me, Dad! Oh boy.
Takeshi took a close look at Hokuto's face. He looked over Hokuto's whole body. He closed his eyes tightly and started banging his forehead with his palm. He opened his eyes and glared at the examination room wall. Then Takeshi gasped, as if he realized something, and looked at Hokuto again.
じゃあお前が北斗なのか
So, you're that Hokuto.
そうだよお父さん
That's right. It's me, Dad!
お父さん会いたかったよお父さん
Dad, I missed you so much!
お父さん
Dad!
Raising his voice like a child, Hokuto rubbed his face against Takeshi's chest.
ちょっと待ってくれ北斗
Hey, wait a sec, Hokuto.
It's so weird from Takeshi's perspective. He literally had sex a day ago, and now he's meeting his adult son. That is freaky as hell. That from his perspective, that's gotta be. Takeshi pushed back Hokuto.
落ち着けなどう
Take it easy, will ya? Alright.
Takeshi tapped Hokuto on the back. Takeshi raised himself and stretched his legs outside the pod. Hokuto rushed. Hokuto. Jeez, what the fuck? Coco rushed at him.
Takemyon!
Coco hastily jumped at Takeshi and hugged him.
おココなんだすっかり元気になったみたいじゃないか
Hey, Coco, you look all better now.
痛いとこどこもないよ。
Uh-huh. I do not have a single sore spot.
そうか作戦は は見事に成功したってわけだな。
That's great. Looked like the plan worked out beautifully, didn't it?
よかったよかった。
I'm glad, I'm glad.
お父さんお父さん。
Dad! Dad! Hokuto jumped at Takeshi and hugged him just like Coco.
はい、ストッピング。
Whoa, stop it now.
Takeshi forcefully peeled him away.
どうして？なんで拒絶するの？
Why? Why do you want me to hug you?
その質問に答える前に一つ聞きたいことがある。
Before I answer that question, there's something I want to ask you. What year is it?
何？
What is it?
俺はどれぐらい眠ってたんだ？
Yeah.
How long have I been sleeping?
1日か2日か？
A day? 2 days? Well, you was gonna come back here like a day or two later and get you, but, the magical voice in my head told me that that would be really bad, and, told me to wait 17 years.
まさか1週間ってことはないよな。
Oh man, I didn't sleep for a week, did I? Huh? Ugh.
その反応から察するに1週間以上なのか？
Guessing from your reaction, it's been more than a week.
Oh god. Poor Takeshi. Think of all the video games and TV shows that he's missed, let alone his freaking family thinking that he's dead for 17 years only for him to come back. Oh god.
1ヶ月？
A month?
3ヶ月かな？
Then, 3 months, then, maybe.
Oh my god, I love look at Coco's expression too. That's amazing. The expressions are so good.
嘘だろ？
You gotta be kidding.
じゃあ何か？俺は夏を通り越して。
Oh my god.
You mean I've slipped past summer and into autumn?
Hokuto and Coco closed their eyes and shook their heads.
今日は5月7日日曜日。
Today is Sunday, May 7th.
ゴールデンウィークの最終日だよ。
The last day of Golden Week. Oh, you had me going there for a second.
なんだよ脅かしやがって。
That's exactly what he said too.
結局あれからまだ数時間しか経ってないってことが。
So it's only been a few hours since then. Oh, thank God.
Hokuto and Coco looked at each other, nodded, and said,
お父さん驚かないでね。
Dad, I don't want you to panic, alright? But, just think, how old do you think I am?
落ち着いて聞いてほしいの。
Just calm down and listen, Takepiana.
実は
Well, actually,
タケピョンが
Takepion,
眠ってた。
you've been...
時間は
sleeping for
チュッチュッチュッチュッチュッチュッチュッチュッ。 17年。
17 years!
after a while, Yubise Hadokana took. Say it with me. The witch of incompetence. The true dumbass. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god.
You know, there was no rule that said interdimensional immortal beings had to be smart. Yeah, Birdie Birds and I, you know, you see us, you see Feathering, you think, oh wow, they're all super geniuses with intellects beyond your understanding. But nope. Yeah, there are some loose wheels in the bunch.
Huh, no kidding. Yubisei Harukana took a small submersible to pick us up at the IVF pool, meaning that whole stupid thing where he freaking put Hokuto's body through so much garbage was for absolutely nothing! Oh my god. Inside the mini sub, she scolded Hokuto!
石碑を抱えて海に潜るなんて正気の沙汰とは思えないわ。
You've got to be out of your fucking mind to dive into the ocean like that! Why did you do that? You told me to have a plan! I have a submarine right here! And I have a backup submarine in case something happens to it! And I have a backup in the backup in case something happens to that! Oh, there was no reason to do that! Why did you almost kill Hokuto, Blick WInkel? Why?
I didn't know.
Oh, God. All these years spent researching the third eye. And he's the world's biggest dumbass. The multiverse's biggest dumbass!
しかも水深119メートルの海に潜るなんて。
I mean, 119 meters.
北斗、知らないの？この世界には潜水艇という素晴らしく安全な海中航行用の船が存在するのよ。
Don't you know, Hokuto? In this world, there's this wonderful and safe vessel for going underwater called a submarine. You saw Tsugumi escape in one 17 years ago.
どうして一声かけてくれなかったの？
Why didn't you just let me know? Hello, Tron Buster.
あなたはバカ。生粋のバカ。史上最大級の大バカ野郎。
Haru, seriously, you were getting up there, but you have definitely now cemented yourself as the second best character in this entire game. Like, Haru, I love you, seriously. Another round of applause for Haru. Thank you! So stupid. Pure foolishness! You must be the dumbest guy in history!
まずは違いなく父親の遺伝ね。
It's coming from your father's side of the family. Yeah.
Hey, I'm not even that stupid. And besides, that was Blick WInkel. My son had nothing to do with that. Yeah, I almost died because of that stupid freaking interdimensional freak.
She kept picking on Hokuto until they reached the surface. Hokuto must have been thinking,
It wasn't really me who decided to jump into the ocean. I'm not nearly that stupid.
the whole time, Takeshi still hadn't accepted the fact that he'd been sleeping for 17 years. No matter how many times they tried to explain, he just wouldn't listen. Therefore, Takeshi still couldn't believe that Hokuto was truly his son. Ah! Under the bright sunlight, Takeshi, Coco, and Hokuto and Pipi were hanging around.
Good morning.
いい言葉だよな。
Those are such nice words.
しっかり起きて頑張らなきゃなって気持ちになるんだ。
They make me feel like getting up and doing my best.
Yeah, I agree.
I love this teacher too, relaxed.
Okay then, I'll say it too. Good morning, Takeshi-pyeon.
ああ、おはよう、ココ。
Good morning, Coco.
じゃあ、僕も。
Well, me too.
おはよう、お父さん。
Good morning, Dad.
おはよう、息子。
Good morning, son. Oh god, I'm not gonna be able to get used to that.
息子？そんなもん俺にはいないんだ。
Son? I don't have a son.
娘もいるよ。
You got a daughter too.
勝手に増やすなよ。
Hey, don't start adding kids like that.
じゃあ何か？俺はこの年で2児の父親だってのか？
So are you telling me that I'm a father of 2 children of my age? Well, I mean, you're 37. I'm 20!
そうだよ。
That's right.
だってそうなんだから、しょうがないじゃないか。
And it's true whether you like it or not.
ね、ココ。
Right, Coco?
Right, Hokuto?
Listening to their cheerful laughter, I thought to myself, I should be going back to where I came from. As I began to fade, I heard only their happy voices behind me.
Hey, Takeshi-pyeon.
Huh?
I got a new Oni-chan.
お兄ちゃん？
Oni-chan.
Oh my god, Coco! You shouldn't say it like that.
Uh-huh. He's actually my Oni-chan and my boyfriend at the same time. Oh god.
よかったじゃないか。
Really? Well, good for you. Good luck with that.
Ruffy woo! Don't forget about me too, I'm actually a robot.
ねえねえ、お父さん、お父さん。
Hey, Dad!
だからお父さんって呼ぶな。
I told you not to call me Dad.
じゃあ、パパ？
How about Father then?
パパもダメだ。
Don't call me that either.
He said Domina! He said Domina! I heard that.
なんでだよ、パパって呼べって言ったくせに。
Why not? You told me to call you Father before.
あれは口が滑っただけだ。
Well, that just slipped out of my mouth.
Ruffy woo!
Hey, Takeshi-pyeon.
Please. I'm pretty sure this is cements that Blick WInkel is his own character. I don't think anyone playing this game would have done the stupid, dumbass things that Blick WInkel did in this ending sequence. Nobody is that stupid.
なんだ？
What's that? You're not making any sense.
ねえ、お父さん、お父さん。
Hey, Dad!
なんだよ。
What is it now?
チュワチュワチュワチュワチュワ。
What the fuck are you guys doing?
Chua chua chua
お
chua.
前もか。
You too, huh?
どうしたピピ？
Welcome to fatherhood.
What's up, Pee-Pee?
遠吠えかよ。
You just went to hell.
Takeshi-pyeon.
Oh god, this again.
呼び方変わってるし。
Hey, stop changing my nickname.
ココちゃんのショートコント。もしもココちゃんが怪獣だったら
Coco-chan short comedy. If Coco-chan were a monster or kaiju.
ガオー 中だぞ。ドシンドシンドシン。いろんなの壊しちゃうぞ。ガ
Go, go, I'm the monster. Thump, 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 thump. I'm gonna destroy everything. Ah.
終わっちゃったよ。
Where's the punchline?
おじいちゃんの息子、おばあちゃんの息子。
My grandfather's son! My grandmother's son!
紛らわしい。
That is so confusing!
僕たんのショートコント、もしも3年生になったら、
Hokuto's comedy sketch. If I became a 12th
3年
grader,
生は最上級生なので忘れ物をしないように頑張りたいです。
since I've made it all the way to 12th grade, I'll try my best not to forget to bring stuff to school.
いつも分度器を忘れるので忘れないように頑張りたいです。
Since I always seem to forget my protractor, I'll do my best to remember it.
作文だろそれは。頑張れよ。
That's just a resolution, not comedy. Well, do your best. Don't you forget it here. Oh, God.
今度はなんだピピ。
What's with you this time, PP?
Another
ま
howl.
た遠吠えだこれ。
Let me guess, you just want to howl again, huh?
タケピョン、タケピョン。
なんだ今度は。
What is it now?
I wanna be caterpillar. I wanna be caterpillar. I wanna be caterpillar.
してなさい。永遠にしてなさい。ね。うん。
Well, go ahead. No one's stopping you, right?
お父さん、お母さん。
Dad! Mom!
両党になったの俺。
What, am I both now?
思いつかねえなら呼ぶな。
Look, if you can't think of anything to say, don't say anything.
Oh my god.
遠吠えだろどうせまた。
You're just gonna howl again.
Oh!
あ短くなった短くなった。なんかちょっとすげえ。
Oh, it's shorter now. Hey, that's kind of new.
タケピョン、タケピョン。
だからなんだよ。
What is it? Now you're just repeating shit.
戻っちゃったよ。
There you go again.
I decided to leave as I was hearing their happy voices.
ちょっと待って。
Oh, wait a minute. I need chat.
What?
またきっと会えるよね。
Can I see you again?
絶対会えるの。必ず会えるの。
I know I'll see you again. No matter what.
ココ、信じてるから。
I believe in you.
だってそうでしょ。
Because after all,
ココとお兄ちゃんは太陽星人なんだから。
you and me are both in the sun, right?
超能力を使えるんだから。
We can use psychic power.
だからお兄ちゃんも信じて。
Okay, so believe in me too.
ココとお兄ちゃんの世界はしっかりと結ばれてるんだ。
Your world and my world are connected.
二つの世界が今は一つに。
Our two worlds are going to be united.
その結び目にあるのは視点。
And at the intersection, there's a perspective.
ここはいつまでもいつまでも
I'll
お兄
always,
ちゃんと一緒だから。
I'll always be with you, Oni-chan.
ほいじゃまたね。
Okay, I'll still see you then,
お兄ちゃん。
Oni-chan.
And there we go, full ending sequence. Oh, is this the whole song? Body under the waves, cat, go, go. My god, this is like the Beach Boys here. Oh wow, this song is like 1970s style. Wait a minute. We never found out what was up with the human Sora! All three of them were voiced by the same guy. And it was the glasses dude. Oh wait, a timeline. Lavik is used. Oh god, no. Who's Tom Fiblin? Tsugumi is born. Used. Yoichi Yukihama. Yuharu is born. Wait, oh god, it's going by too quickly. Kabaraki is born. Coco Yagami is born. Wait, little sister. What are you talking about? Kirei virus infects Tsugumi by way of Julia. Who's Julia? Who are all these new characters? Serious card condition. Oh god. Wait, who are all these other people? You gives birth. Let's see. TB virus escapes. Yoichi dies in IVF. Yeah, that was him. God damn, that was... God damn it, I really wish that didn't go by so quickly. Hello, Zarmegas. Wait, there were a lot of questions that weren't answered. Yeah, I remember that CG. Okay, so Limu does get restored. Yeah. Okay, the third eye. TB virus eradicated. Interesting. Okay, so Kabaraki starts work. They both start working. Akiyu goes to university. Third eye, Blick WInkel appears. Yeah. There were a lot of questions unanswered. There we go. Oh wow, this CG shot that was in the opening. KID actually stands for Kindle Image Develop. If you didn't know, that's why they had it in the text boxes all the time. Oh, thank God. Okay. There is a after credit sequence. Oh, thank God. Okay. May 7th, 2034, Sunday. Time 11:17 a.m. Kurinari Takeshi. I was in the middle of a blue world. Thank God there's after credits, because that... Okay, thank God. Headed back to the mainland. There was nobody on the boat other than us. Me, Hokuto, Tsugumi, Yubise Adokana, Sora, Coco, Kabaraki, Chami, Pipi. Oh, and two girls called Tanaka Yubise Akikana and Matsunaga Sarah. One of those is your daughter, Takeshi. 9 people and 2 animals altogether. I slipped a short distance away from everyone and leaned over the deck railing to look out at the expanse of ocean before me. The May sun sparkled on the ocean. Above, high above, stretched a clear blue sky. The fresh new sky looked so glossy and vivid that it might spill down to earth at any moment. That was all that was reflected in my eyes. A straight line out of the horizon stretched into the distance, dividing the sea from the heavens.
のどかだな。
So tranquil.
I murmured to myself. A solitary seagull traced a gentle arc in the sky as the wind carried it away. When the seagulls cried, everyone made it out alive. Yes, Mystery Theater. The wind carrying the ocean's scent blew by me gently.
平和だよな。
So peaceful.
It was as if it was in a dream. Everything that I saw in the scene before me was exactly as it had been 6 days earlier. 6 days earlier. For me, it had only been 6 days. Not even a week had passed. I had gotten separated from my friends that day. I ended up waiting by myself for an elevator. But after surviving for 6 days, I've been sucked 17 years into the future. And
ねえねえパパ
there we go. Oh my god, and he gets his own sprite finally! Hokuto! Finally gets his own sprite! Hey, hey, Dad, Dad!
お父さん
Dad, Dad! I found out that I had a 16-year-old daughter and son. It was a dream. Yeah, that's right, I had to be dreaming. If I wasn't dreaming, there's no way it could be happening.
パパってば
Hey, Dad, listen! The girl called Sarah pulled up close to me. The girl was wearing a high school uniform I'd never seen before. She suddenly grabbed me and pressed her cheek against my arm.
ほら見て見て
Hey, look at this! Look at this, Dad! Huh?
私ねちっちゃい頃からずーっとパパのこと見て
You
たんだ
know,
よ
I've been watching you ever since I was a little baby girl. Sarah took out a pendant with a mirror attached to it. On the mirror side, there was nothing, but
そうかそうか。
Oh, really?
なんだかよくわからんが、我が娘よ。
he still can't see it yet.
No, I don't really understand, but that's okay, daughter of mine.
大きくなったな。よしよし。
I can't believe how tall you've gotten.
Saying that, I stroked her hair. Since I'd come that far, I decided there was no reason to hold back. Besides, all of it was a dream. And if I had such a cute daughter, what did it matter anyway? There was no reason to resist the whole situation. And I was thinking that.
あ、お父さんずるいよ。
Hey, Dad, no fair.
パパって呼ぶなって、あんなに散々言ってたくせに。
You keep telling me don't call you Dad.
どうしてサラのことだけ可愛がるの？
How come you act fatherly with Sarah? Cause she didn't jump off of a freaking island and then sink to the bottom of the fucking ocean for no goddamn reason. I told you that wasn't me.
ねえパパ
Hey, Dad! Dad!
今度手裏剣村に連れて行ってほしいでござる
Oh, I'm gonna go to Ninja Town for fun someday soon! I can bring my Naruto headband!
手裏剣村か。
Ninja Town, huh?
いいでござるぞ。一緒に行こうでござる。
Why not? Sounds good to me.
こら、無視すんな。
Hey! Stop ignoring me!
なんでサラの言うことだけ全部受け入れるんだよ。
How come you listen to everything Sarah says?
どうして僕の言うことは聞いてくれないの？
Why don't you listen to everything I say?
ねえ、なんで？どうしてなの？お父さん。
Island, jumping, ocean bottom. You're grounded, son. Oh, that wasn't me! Well, Dad, why not?
別に無視してるわけじゃないさ。
I'm not ignoring you.
ただ、そういう質問には答えたくないだけで。
I just don't want to answer those kind of questions.
そういう質問？
Those kind of questions?
そうだ。
Yeah.
俺は意味のない質問には答えない質問だよ。
I don't answer meaningless questions.
Oh my god!
俺は意味のない質問には 答えないことにしたんだよ。
Oh my god. I could hear his words coming from a distance. The same words I used to say 17 years before. In order to protect myself from the strong May sunshine, I stayed inside the boat. I could see the three of them through the window. Takeshi was on the deck over by the railing, talking to the two kids. Yeah, she's like a vampire basically now. I don't answer meaningless questions. Yes. That was why I always kept quiet whenever he asked me something. There was so much I wanted to talk about. I want to tell about every single day that had passed in those long 17 years. But for the time being, like that, watching him innocently playing with the children, that alone was enough for me. Everything that had happened up until that point was meaningless. He was there right in front of me, and the two children were there. There was nothing more I could have hoped for. I found happiness. I was immersed in it, drowning in it, intoxicated by it. That was truly how I felt. It seemed to me that all the days filled with struggle and sadness had been for that day, that moment. Hokuto and Sarah were on both sides of him. Even when he tried to throw them off, they clung to him. I absently petted Chami. He was riding on my shoulder as I watched the scene before me. Him, Kuronari Takeshi.
だったら生きろ。
Seriously relaxed.
So live!
生きている限り生きろ。
As long as you're alive. Live!
大丈夫です。
Don't worry.
俺は
I...
死なない。
I'm not going to die.
After saying that, he jumped from our taxi. That stupid man. Stupid man. But he kept his promise. So there was something I had to tell him. Going outside, wrapped in my 100% UV protective clothing, I walked over to where he was. For some reason, my legs were shaking, and my heart was beating so hard it felt like it would burst. Being careful that he wouldn't notice the deep breaths I was taking, I went and stood in front of him.
たけし、
Takeshi,
おかえりなさい。
welcome home. Suddenly he pulled me close. Yes! Into his strong arms and solid chest. Ooh. My body was wrapped in heat which began to melt me. And for one moment, my heart had stopped beating.
ただいま。つぐみ。
Yes! Oh my god, yes! Yes!
Hey. I'm back, Sugumi.
遅くなって悪かった。
Sorry for taking so long.
He whispered.
それにしても
You know,
相変わらず可愛いな。お前。
you're as cute as ever.
やめてよ。その
Stop it. I...
いやだってあまりにも可愛いからさ。
No, you're too cute.
どうしちゃったのよ。いきなり。
What's with you all of a sudden?
可愛すぎて食べちゃいたいぐらいだ。
You're so cute, I could just eat you up.
やだ。
Oh my god, Takeshi! Ah! Stop it. What are you talking about?
やっぱりお前はチャーミングだ。
Uh-huh. You sure are charming.
チャーミングだからチャミ。
I suppose that's why they call you charming. It's a good name.
What? I forcefully pried myself away from Takeshi's chest. His eyes were leveled at my shoulder. I looked over to see what he was staring at. Chami was busy grooming himself with jerky movements using both of his front paws. I can't believe it! You tricked me!
たけしのバカ。
You're such a jerk, Takeshi. Ah, he got her back, Tsundere. Sarah.
たけしのバカ。
Such a jerk, Takeshi! Mama let out a yell and spun around, then went back inside the boat, tail wagging. She moved unexpectedly, and Chami, who had been riding on her shoulder, lost his balance and fell to the
お
deck.
いつぐみどうしたんだよ
Hey, Tsugumi, what's wrong?
Dad went chasing after Mom. Bam! Wham! Crash! Boom! A series of frightful sounds ensued. I looked over to the other side of the window. I could see Mama wildly brandishing the head of the costume she'd been wearing. She donned one of the lemur costumes in order to stay out of the sun. Oh my god! So that's why she wore the costume! I just realized! I could see Father's back as he was desperately trying to calm Mother down. Hokuto and I looked at each other and started laughing. And Chami? He was calmly acting as if nothing had happened and just continued cleaning herself. I looked down to put Chami in my palm and stood back up. Mama had already told me about the little hamster's ordeal. When I thought about how Chami had lived through the same circumstances we had, it made my heart warm. I could feel the beating of his tiny heart in my palm. Thump, thump. His heartbeat was tiny but consistent. It went without saying, but I thought to myself, Chami is living each moment to the fullest.
お兄ちゃん私たちこれからどうなっちゃうのかな
Hey, Oni-chan, what do you think is gonna happen to us after this?
どうなっちゃうって
What do you mean?
ライプリヒに
You know, with Blick, who's been hunting us down.
またライプリヒに捕まっちゃうんじゃ
You don't think Blick will come after us, do you?
大丈夫よサラ心配しないで
We'll be alright, Sarah. Don't worry, okay? Someone was talking to us. Looking around, I saw.
ナッキョ先輩じゃなかった
Oh, hi, Naku. No, wait.
田中先生優美生はるかなさんでしたよね
Tanaka Yubise Harukana-san, right? Dr. Tanaka nodded slightly. Hokuto asked Dr. Tanaka.
大丈夫ってどういうことなの
What do you mean we'll be alright?
こういうことよ
What I mean is, long hair looks really good on her too. Murmuring that, she took out the newspaper that had been tucked into her pocket and handed it to my brother. He opened it up. I nestled up against his shoulder and looked at the front page headline. Blick Pharmaceuticals responsible for outbreak of T-Plow virus. Compulsory investigation to begin in a day or two. It was learned that the T-Plow virus, which had ravaged the world since 2017, was manufactured by the Frankfurt-based pharmaceutical giant Blick Pharmaceuticals. When a whistleblower from the Japanese-German Joint Managed Research Facility came forward earlier this week, that was probably you. Spurred by these allegations, the Metropolitan Police Department is expected to open a criminal investigation. Oh my god, well that's fucking great. Alright. That will focus on Lablish branch offices, as well as related research facilities. Blick Pharmaceuticals has been conducting research and development of TV for some time for the purpose of manufacturing a biological weapon. An outbreak of the virus is rumored to have occurred in a research facility around May 1st, 2017. Blick not only sought to cover up the accident, but also continued research into TV without the authorization of the Ministry of Health. Under conditions of extreme secrecy, according to the whistleblower. The location of the company's research institute has not yet been confirmed. Damn, Haru's like the secret badass of this game. Numerous other doubts involving Blick, including charges that it wrongfully detained citizens for the purpose of human experiments, had been raised and are to be investigated. In order to fully uncover the facts behind these allegations and the reported incident, the Metropolitan Police Department is requesting cooperation from the authorities in Germany, where Liebig's head office is located.
ライプリヒ製薬の影響力は国家権力にまで深く浸透してるから。なあ、いろいろと根回しは大変だったんだけど。
Liebig has a lot of influence, even political clout at the national level. So laying the groundwork for this was really tough, but Dr. Tanaka took out an old marker and scratched it against her cheek.
じゃあここに書いてある内部告発をした人っていうのは
So the whistleblower mentioned this article is.
そう、私。
That's right, it was me, secret badass, Yubei Harukana.
本当はマスコミや警察にリークしたのはだいぶ前なんだけどね。
Actually, I leaked this to the police and the press quite a long time ago.
でも裏でこそこそっと取引みたいなことをして。
But there was a lot of behind-the-scenes maneuvering.
5月7日になるまでは絶対に何があっても動かないでってそう言っといたの。
So I told them, whatever happens, don't move before May 7th.
パパとココちゃんっていう女の子を助けるために
You mean in order to rescue Dad and that girl Coco-chan?
そういうこと。
That's right.
じゃあ
Well,
もう私たち追いかけられずに済むんだ
that means they won't
だったんだ
come after us, and we're free, and we can testify to put those guys in jail forever. Yep.
だからもう何も心配しなくてもいいんだよ。
So there's nothing to worry about, okay? Now they can sue Liebig and live the rest of their lives in riches and peace. Dr. Tanaka smiled kindly. Just then,
心配しなくてもいい何よそれよくそんなこと言えるよね
there's nothing to worry about? How can you say that?
母さん誰に向かって言ってるのか分かってるの
Do you have any clue who you're talking to?
ユ
You, I...
マヨが今までどれほど辛い思いをしてきたのかお母さん考えたことあるの
Do you have any idea how hard a time that Mayo's been through? Have you stopped to think about that, Mom?
ちょっとお母さん一緒に来て
Come here, Mom, for a second.
話があるの
I have something to tell you. And there's, yep, back to you.
話があるの
Saying that, my daughter tugged firmly on my arm and led me over to a corner of the deck.
話って何
What do you want to talk about?
言わなくても分かってるでしょ
You already know that, don't you?
お母さんは2025年にレミューで働き始めた第三視点を研究するために
In 2025, you started working at Lemieux to conduct research into the third eye.
本当の倉波武史とココっていう女の子を救うために
I mean, in order to save the real Kurenari Takeshi and that girl called Coco.
だったらどうしてなの
So why?
レミューで働いてたんならライプリヒの施設に監禁されてたマヨを助け出すことだってできたでしょ
If you were working at Lemieux, you could have found a way to rescue Mayo, who's been locked up at Lively's facility all that time.
つぐみと子供たちを会わせてあげることだってできたでしょ
You could have reunited Tsugumi and her kids, right?
なのにどうして
So why didn't...
それは
Well, it had to be done to save Kurenari and Coco. We didn't dare to change history. And he made a promise to Blick WInkel in 2017, and she believed him.
母さん何も教えてくれないのね
So, you aren't gonna tell me anything, are you?
いつもさ自分一人で勝手に何でも決めちゃって
It's always like this. You always decide everything.
この一件が起きる前に説明したところでユウはきっと信じてくれなかったでしょ
Even if you couldn't trust me enough to explain things before all this happened.
だからって騙すなんてひどいよ。
You didn't have to lie to me!
今まで18年間私は騙され続けてきたんだよ。
You've lied to me these 18 years! Yes, I had. And there was really nothing I could say to apologize.
嘘はつかないで。隠さないで。全部教えてほしいの。
So I don't want you to lie to me or hide anything. I want to know everything.
まだ私に言ってないことあるんでしょ。
There are still things you haven't told me yet, right?
本当のお父さんのことお母さんのこと
Like who my real dad and mom were. Oh, she still hasn't explained that.
聞かせてお願いだから。
Tell me, please. I didn't hesitate. I told about her father, Yuichi, and mother, Yukie. Okay, so her parents. Basically the same people, yeah. I told her the truth, all of it. May 6, 2017. Because Coco was sick, we all headed to IVF research lab. While Kurinari, the young Kabaraki, and Tsugumi were searching around the research facility, I stayed behind the examination room. Coco and the researcher were lying there in the capsule pods. The researcher, who was fighting to stay conscious as the virus consumed his body, told me,
まさかこんなところで再会することに
Yep, that's him.
なる。
You. I never dreamed that we'd meet again in a place like this.
That was right. He was my father, T.Y. Tanaka Yuichi. As he was lying there in agony, he explained to me what had happened. The year 2000. My father was a researcher. Oh my god, we're actually gonna find out what happened originally. Oh my god, you guys. My father was a researcher on the Lamid development project. One day by accident, he discovered that Blick was developing the TB virus. TB was a potent virus with an exceedingly high mortality rate, and Blick was planning to sell it to military buyers around the world. Father, whose sense of justice was stronger than anyone I had ever known, appealed to the company to stop development of the virus immediately. But of course they refused. That being the case, my father made up his mind. He hacked into the highly protected company database, collected evidence, and prepared to leak the information to the press. However, Blick found out before he could make his move and put him in a situation he could not escape from. I threatened my father, telling him should you escape from here, your wife and child will probably die in an unfortunate car accident. Oh my god. And to my mother, Yukie, Blick said, your husband is missing after a tragic accident. When making his rounds on the Lamu premises, he slipped and fell into the ocean. We're doing everything we can to search the surrounding waters, but his remains still have not been located. Good on you, Tronbuster. That's awesome that you finished Higurashi. My mother believed in it. It was the very first summer of my life. Time passed and it was the year 2017. My father, who had been maintaining a computer system for IVF, was caught up in the TB outbreak. All of the researchers fled one by one. My father stayed in IVF because he was worried about me. My father knew I was working at Lamu. And to my father, right in front of my eyes, after enduring one disaster after another, I'm gasping in pain, while clawing his throat. He struggled until the end to say,
娘を
My daughter.
娘を
Daughter. Take care of her.
his last words.
この事故を発端としてキーフブラウイルスが世界中に蔓延し猛威を振るうことになる。
finally know the whole story of what happened. Because of that accident, the T-Flau virus broke out, causing terrible suffering all over the world.
ライプリヒ製薬はウイルスのことや研究所の存在自体を隠蔽し
But Blick
事件の
Pharmaceuticals
感染に闇
concealed
の中へと葬り去ってしまったの
concealed everything. The truth about the virus in the research facility was locked away. Okay, the music is way louder than the voices. Why is the voice volume so low? And the press only reported that it was a deadly virus of unknown origin. Seriously, it's so similar to Hinamizawa Syndrome, and they were released almost at the same time. Mystery Theater. Even the experts had no idea where the disease really came from. However, the incubation period was very short, so that even though the death rate was very high, in many cases the carrier died before infecting others. So while the TB virus spread rapidly for a time, by 2019, 2 years after the accident, the pace and scale of the disease's destruction gradually waned. But that didn't mean there weren't victims. The number of people that the virus killed was said to have reached several tens of thousands. And one of them was my mother, Yukie. It was 15 years ago that my mother caught TB, and it robbed her of her life. My sadness, anger, and hatred all came together then. I swore that I would get revenge on Blick. I infiltrated Lemu and simultaneously started formulating a plan to rescue Kurinari and Coco, who were trapped in the research facility. And the person who helped me do that was Kabaraki Ryoko. We have spent every moment for the last 17 years preparing for it. Yes, it was the only thing that I'd lived for up until that point. To make Blick pay for taking my mother and father from me, and to save my friends Kurinari and Coco. In order to do that, we need to discover the third eye, Blick WInkel. Without his help, there was nothing we could do. There was no other way that we, who were living in our dimension, could go back in time. That was how the whole plan had been set into motion. Oh wow, they answered everything except... Now, what was Tsugumi doing in Lemu in the first place? And, what is the deal with human Sora? I assume once we get to Sora, we'll see what's going on there. All toward May 1st, 2034. After finishing my explanation, I let out a big sigh. Biting the nail of her thumb, my daughter looked up at the sky.
ほらその顔やっぱり信じてくれてないじゃない
See? Look at that face. I knew you wouldn't believe me. She looked at me.
わあこんな話を信じろっていう方がどうかしてるのかもしれないけどね
Then again, who would believe a story like that?
でも事実は事実だから
But it doesn't change the fact that it's the truth. I reached out to stroke her hair. Yeah, the second time was she was called there, yeah. She stared at me blankly. Although, how in the world you found Tsugumi's contact information, who she was on the run? Like, I have no idea. Looking just like I did 17 years before. Reckless, full of fire, pure all to the point of being dangerous and unable to control her emotions. Her innocent eyes, had seen none of the evil and corruption in the world. Looking into her eyes, I could read everything she was thinking. She wasn't mad, she wasn't unhappy. Was afraid to accept the truth. She didn't know how to handle it, and was scared and embarrassed by that fact. So I reached out and held her closely. There's no need for you to say anything. I thought that quietly to myself.
お母さん、
Mom,
お母さんの言ってることは分かった。
I understand what you're trying to tell me. She whispered that quietly in my ear.
でもね、どうしても一つだけ確かめておきたいことがあるの。
But there's something I have to know.
何？
What?
私はお母さんにとってどんな存在なの？
What do I mean to you? I laughed without thinking and replied,
あなたは私のすべてよ。
You are everything to me. And now Akiyu.
あなたは
Yeah,
私のすべてよ。
you're everything to me. Mom said those words to me. I guess Hokuto is gonna be last, but yeah. I wanted her to tell me you were my daughter, but for some reason it didn't bother me. Shouldn't you be furious? You should slap her across the face? Another voice inside my head murmured that. However, I couldn't get angry. I relaxed against my mother who had held me tightly. I could feel only dizzy from her warmth. All of my normal reactions, such as lasting out like a wild animal and my sudden mood swings. The warmth of her hug took all of that away. Mom. When it came down to it, I still thought of her as my mother. There was an instinctive itch that transcended my basic reason. It was beyond my ability to control. In the end, no matter what anyone said, the woman in front of me was my mother. She wasn't that much of a mother, but to me, she was the only mother I had. And that was all there was to it. At that moment, it occurred to me. I only differed from other people in the way that I was born. I've been told that since I was a little girl that there were lots of things in the world that were hard to believe. In junior high and high school, when my friends loved to talk about all kinds of strange things. Psychic phenomena, supernatural powers, UFOs, UMAs, super ancient civilizations, urban myths, curses, fortune-telling miracles, mysteries. I thought I dismissed all of those things as girlish fantasies, but something had changed slightly. Because my existence itself was something hard to explain. If I thought about the fact that I, myself, the girl called you, was somewhat of a mystic entity. An ectoplasm, cattle mutilations, Rip Van Winkle, and the Lemurian civilization. All those seemed like normal everyday things. Even the third eye. While those thoughts drifted through my head, my mother quietly went inside of the boat. Left by myself in the corner of the deck, I basked in the lingering warmth that remained on my skin. The boat slowly rocked back and forth as it cut through the waves. The smell of the ocean breeze quietly wafted by, carried by the sea breeze. Soon.
あ、ユウ、こんなとこにいたんだ。探したんだよ。
Oh, hey you. You've been here all along? I've been looking for you.
The kid, Hokuto, came walking over to me.
実はユウに相談したいことがあって。
Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you.
相談？
Ask me? Hokuto nodded deeply and
僕
said,
大学に入ったら考古学を専攻しようと思ってるんだけど。
Oh, sorry, Hokuto.
I've been thinking I want to study archaeology when I go to college.
Oh, wow, we're doing Hokuto now. I wonder who we're gonna end on.
僕大学に入ったら 考古学を専攻しようと思ってるんだけど。
I told you it would have been on my mind.
どうしてまた考古学なんか。
Huh? Why that again?
第三視点についてもっといろいろと勉強したいから。
Well, because I want to study more about the third eye.
You was silent. Huh? What are you, stupid? There's no such thing as a third eye. I thought for sure that she would come back with something like that. So I was caught off guard by her reply.
相談の内容は？
And? What did you want to ask me about?
Well,
僕考古学を専攻することはもう決めたんだけど。
I've already made up my mind that I'm going to study archaeology, but
でもそんなことを言いながらも実は考古学についてほとんど何も知らないわけで。
still, I don't really know that much about it.
Oh, we're probably gonna end with Coco, of course.
だから差し当たってどんなことを予習しておくべきだとか最適な入門書みたいなものはあるのかとか。
Like, what kind of things I should do to prepare? Or if there are any books that, that are good primers on the subject.
そんな感じのアドバイスをしてもらえたらなーなんて思って。
I was hoping that you'd give me some advice.
アドバイスって言われてもね。
Well, I don't know what kind of advice I can give.
私もまだ大学に入ったばっかりだし、授業って言ってもほとんどが環境だったりするわけだし。
I only just started college, and I've only really taken my recs, so...
環境？
Rex?
Yeah, required courses. It's a freaking scam they use to keep you in college for an extra year, even though you're paying for it.
一般教養科目のこと。
Yeah, required classes.
考古学を専門的に勉強できるようになるのは3年になってからなの。
In order to major in archaeology, you gotta be a junior.
そうなんだ。
Ugh.
だから私に助言を求められても。
I'm sorry, but I really can't tell you anything. You should really ask my mom.
でも一つだけ。
Oh, but there maybe is one thing.
考古学はやめといた方がいい。
You should probably study something else.
どうして？
Huh? Why?
考古学って少年が思ってるよりもはるかに地味な学問なのよ。
Archaeology is way more boring than you're probably thinking.
映画に出てくるようなインディアナ・ジェーンズの世界とは全くの別物。
I heard her say Indiana Jones. It's a lot different than what they show in the movies.
それにね、
Besides,
第三視点を本気で勉強したいんだったら哲学とか心理学とかそっちの方面に進んだ方が的確だと思う。
if you want to study about the third eye, you're better off attacking it from the direction of philosophy or psychology.
考古学っていうのはそもそも人類史を研究する学問なんだから。
In the first place, archaeology is a subject that studies human history.
でもいいんだよ。もう決めちゃったんだもん。
But it's okay. I've already made up my mind.
僕は人類史的な側面から第三視点についてアプローチしようと考えているわけで。
However, I've been thinking I could approach the study of the third eye from the angle of human history.
またまた小難しいこと言っちゃって。
Here you go, being difficult as always.
本当はただ単に私と同じ分野に進みたかっただけなんじゃないの？
I think the real reason you want to study it is so that you can be in the same field as me.
つまり少年は私に憧れちゃってると。
I mean, it's obvious that you like me.
そうかもね。
Yeah, you're probably right.
Oh, jeez. I told her point blank how I felt. It seemed like my reply caught her off guard.
ともかく僕が考古学を専攻することは運命的に半分決まっちゃってるようなものだししょうがないんだよ。
Part of me feels like choosing to study archaeology was already half decided by destiny. So I don't have a choice.
運命的？
My destiny?
うん。
Yeah.
別の歴史の流れの中では僕はそんな未来を歩むことになってるんだ。
In another space-time continuum, I'm destined to walk that path in the future.
Huh?
言うにはいくら説明したって分かってもらえないと思う。
I don't think you'll understand it no matter how much I explain it anyway.
でも僕は確かに見たんだよ。
But I know what I saw. You and I were making out on this very boat 2 years from now.
その未来では僕とユウは付き合ってて。
In that future, you and I were going out and...
What?
だからきっとこの歴史の中でも僕とユウは運命的に付き合うことになるんだと思う。
So I'm pretty sure that in this time, you and I are destined to be together as well.
ちょっと待ってよ少年勝手に決めないでよ
Wait a second, kid. You're getting ahead of yourself here.
運命だかなんだか知らないけどそういうことはお互いの承認と了解を得て初めて成立する関係でしょ
I don't know much about fate, but things like that are decided with both people's consent. After that happens, you start going out.
そうだね。じゃあ今言うよ。
Yeah, okay, I'll say it right now.
今
No?
Yeah,
優美生秋かなさん、
Yubise Akikana-san,
僕と付き合ってください。
would you go out with me?
Oh my god, what a lovable dork. Oh my god.
なぜなら僕はあなたのことが
Oh, wow. What a sweet old-fashioned thing to say, Hokuto.
Because I'm crazy about you.
Kabaraki Ryogo. Because I loved her. It was 2017, I was still 15. I was stuck in Lemu in total state of confusion with no memory. I even forgot my name, Kabaraki Ryogo. We know the least about him out of anybody. Like we know practically nothing about him. I was 15 years old and all I wanted at the time was stability. Young as I was overcome with amnesia. And even doubts as to whether my existence would fade away. In the midst of the chaos, it was her innocent smile that thawed my frozen heart. He does like Coco! I fell for her right away. All I had to do was see her smile. That was all it took for my fear to disappear, blown away like leaves falling off a tree in autumn. Although I was still uncertain about who I was, her uniqueness helped turn my eyes away from the turmoil inside of me to the world around me. Perhaps it was because of my uncertainty. I suppose that I might have been grasping for my identity through the love that I felt for her. I was an empty shell at that time, flowing into that void with her simple, pure smile, innocent mannerisms, and genuine sincerity. From that point on, for 6 days, she was in my thoughts constantly. I found myself looking at her all the time. I didn't have the courage to tell her, but it was enough for me just to see her. That was how fond I was of her. I loved her. Yagami Coco. Yup! Oh, wow. My ship! And then May 6th, the faithful day arrived. I come down with TV, and when the rescue team found me, I had lost consciousness. By the time I found Coco had been left behind in the research facility, a few days had already passed. When Haruyu told me what happened, I was shocked. At the same time, I thought,
I've got to go save her.
and ran outside without waiting for you to finish the rest of her story. You caught up with me and started telling me things about the third eye, the fourth dimension, the past and the future, but none of it made any fucking sense. 17 years from now, you have to go back to Lemu. You'll return as Kurinari Takeshi. Unless we can trick Blick WInkel, wake him up and bring him to our world, we'll never save Coco and Kurinari. My god. How in the world did she convince him? So please, help me. That was what you had asked of me. It took me a few more months to become fully convinced. Seriously! How did she convince him? All I wanted to do was save Coco. If she'd be alright, I didn't mind the danger. Even if I was despised, blamed, criticized, even ridiculed, none of that mattered to me. I just wanted to see Coco smile again. Still, there was Takeshi to consider as well. Yeah, he's there too. I respected him greatly. He was brave enough to sacrifice his life to the woman he loved. Aww. For a 15-year-old like me, Takeshi was a role model. I thought he saw him like that. I swore that I would save Coco and Takeshi no matter what it took. 17 years later. For 17 years, you and I spent every minute, every second putting our plan into motion. Yes, I had lived for that day. Just 6 days. Coco and I had only spent 6 days together. But in those 17 years, not a moment went by that I didn't think about her. Because I loved her. That was the only reason I've been able to fool everyone.
Hey, kiddo!
My heart leaped. She was calling to me. I couldn't turn around. I stood there frozen, even forgetting to breathe.
Hey, what are you doing here all by yourself?
Coco wrapped me on the head and peeked around my face.
Come on, join everyone. It's no fun by yourself, right?
でも
Hi.
Oh, you're not worried about something, are you? Are you feeling bad that you lied to everyone? Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Besides, if you hadn't been able to trick Blick WInkel-san, Takeshi-chan and I wouldn't be here right now. We owe you our lives, right? You don't have to explain a thing. We're all grateful to you. Nobody here blames you.
そうかな
You really think so?
Of course I do. Okay, so come on. Everybody's waiting to hear your voice, kiddo. Waiting and waiting and waiting. And after that, we're gonna celebrate.
Coco was laughing. The smile that had waited 17 years to see was shining right in front of me. Yep, here's Sora. Okay, what is the deal with human Sora? The smile that had waited 17 years to see was shining right in front of me. It made me dizzy to look at it. An electronic rhythm pulsed through my body. But excessive voltage throwing my logic circuits out of order. Oh, is she in a robot body? It was a pain that I experienced before.
なあ、ソラ
Hey, Sora.
おい、ソラ
Hey, Sora.
ほら、ちゃんと聞いてるのか人の話
Hey, you listen to me?
何でしたっけ
What were you talking about again?
これだよ、これピピ
This here, Pee-Pee.
いきなり動かなくなっちゃったからさ調べてもらおうと思って
He stopped moving all of a sudden. I just thought maybe you could take a look at him.
Koronari-san lifted up Pee-Pee and stuck him out in front of
い
me.
きなりですか
Jeez.
何
That,
か考え
that
られ
fucking
る原
name.
因は
All of a sudden, you say? Any reason you can think of?
Well, maybe.
So she has a robot body.
つぐみがな 突然船室の中で暴れ始めて、
Maybe Sugumi? She started thrashing around the cabinet.
俺はあいつを組み伏せようとしたんだけど、逆に弾き飛ばされちゃって、
I tried to pin her down, but she threw me off.
で尻餅をついたところにピピがいて、
And when I went down, this little guy happened to be there, and
ピピの上に乗っかってしまったということですか？
I landed right on top of him. Maybe that's what could have caused it.
ああ、そしたら動かなくなってしまい、
yeah, after that he stopped moving.
ちょっと貸してください。
Let me take a look. I took PP from Kuronari-san and started a diagnostic on him.
おかしいですね。どこにも異常は見当たらないようですけど。
That's strange. I don't see anything wrong with him.
おそらくバッテリー切れではないでしょうか。
Maybe his battery ran out.
そっか、よかったよかった。
Oh, what a relief.
俺が壊したなんて言ったら、ココだけじゃなくユウにも、ユウの娘にも恨まれるだろうからな。
If they thought I'd broken him, Coco, you, the other you would have been furious at me.
私だって恨みますよ。
Well, I would have been angry too. Upset that he hadn't included me, I continued.
私もピピには愛着を持っているのです。
I am fond of PP too, you know.
いいえ、愛着などという言葉では言い表せないぐらい、私とピピは深いところで通じ合っているのです。
I don't even think fond describes it. You might even say PP and I are connected on a deeper level.
そもそも今から17年前、
17 years
ピピ
ago,
が海の底に潜ってテラバイトディスクを拾ってこなかったら、今の私は存在していないのですから。
if PP hadn't picked up my terabyte disk, I wouldn't be here right now.
そして洋上に浮かび上がったピピを田中さん、優美星はるかなさんのことですが、
And after PP got to the surface, Tanaka-san, Yubise Harukana-san, that is. Oh god, this is going to be very confusing.
彼女がピピを回収し、ディスクに記録されたデータを私の中にコピーして、
Yep. In the future, if in this universe in 2017 they have a fully human-like intelligence AI, then of course in the 2034 they would have like super realistic android bodies. Took off the data of this disk and copied it to the body you see now.
だからこそ今の私は17年前に皆さんと過ごした記憶や自我やそういったものを保っていられるのです。
That is the reason I was able to maintain the records of what happened to all of you 17 years ago. And I guess that's how that they were able to maintain power to IBF all those years. Because of you helping, keep them secret.
その後、ピピは田中さんに引き取られ、それ以来ずっと今日まで田中家の一員として可愛がられてきました。
After that, Tanaka-san took in Pipi, and from that time on, he's been a member of the Tanaka family.
つまり、ピピは私たちにとってなくてはならない存在だということです。
In other words, Pipi is an irreplaceable part of all of our lives.
このことはすでに倉成さんにはお話ししたはずですが、
I could have sworn I'd already told you this.
ああ、確かに聞いたよ。そうだったな。
Oh yeah, that's right. Now that you mention it.
でもだからってそんなにムキにならなくてもいいじゃないか。
But come on, you don't have to get so serious about it.
とにかくピピは壊れてなかったわけだし、それでいいだろ。
Oh, there's a smile.
Besides, PP isn't broken, so what's the big deal?
Kuronari-san laughed pleasantly. I can't fight it. The smile always disarmed me. It was as bright as the sun and powerfully magnetic. It could charm me effortlessly. Logic circuits failing. It isn't fair. That smile should be outlawed. Kuronari-san.
ところで、そら、一つ聞いてもいいかな。
By the way, Sora, could I ask you something?
なんでしょう。
What is it? I looked away and tried desperately to regain control of my wildly racing mind, so he would not see through to my true feelings.
こんなこと聞くのは、ひょっとしたら失礼に当たるかもしれないんだけど、
No, I hope you don't think it's rude of me to ask this, but
その、
uh,
なんというか、空の体についてなんだ。
Thank you, Takeshi!
It's about your body.
体ですか？
My body.
あ
Yeah.
俺が見た感じだと今の空は人間と全く変わらないような肌の質感をしてるし
As far as I can tell, you look totally human. Your skin.
仕草とか佇まいとかそういうのもすごく自然で
The way you move, your appearance, everything is so natural.
失礼でも何でもないじゃないですか。
Ah, that isn't rude at all.
むしろ今のは褒め言葉ですよ。ありがとうございます。
Actually, that's a compliment, isn't it? Thank you.
それで質問というのは？
And was that your question?
いやだからその空の体は一体どんな仕組みになってるのかと思って
No, I mean, I was wondering how your body's put together, that's all.
不思議ですか？
Is it strange to you?
うん不思議だ
Oh yeah, a bit.
不思議だと思うと同時に嬉しかったりもするんだけどな
Same time, I'm happy.
だってほらこんな風に触れるようになったから
I mean, I can actually touch you now.
As he said that, Kuronari-san put his hand on my cheek. It burned. A lump hot and boiling ran from my stomach to my brain. You don't have a stomach! My generator was burning too much energy, frying my processor. Logic circuits shut down. Error. Error. Error.
倉成さん。
Kuronari-san. Holding Pee-Pee firmly to my chest, I grabbed onto Kuronari-san's palm with my free hand. We're actually touching each other. We can touch each other. Really touch each other. I'd waited these 17 years for just that moment.
どうしたんだよ空酒でも飲んだのか顔が真っ赤だぞ
What's wrong, Sora? Have you been drinking or something? Your face is all red.
倉成先生。
Professor Kuronari.
なんだね茜ヶ崎くん
What is it, Akanagasaki-kun?
世の中には不思議なことがたくさんあるのですね。
Hello, Fawful. There are so many strange things in this world, don't you think?
Huh?
先生は私の体のことをお尋ねになったでしょ？
You asked about my body, didn't you, Professor?
私がどうして実体を持つようになったのか疑問をお感じになったのでしょ？
You wondered how I came to have this body, didn't you?
Yeah.
その答えはたった一つです。
There is only one
これ
answer.
は奇跡なんだと思います。
It was a miracle.
奇跡
Miracle.
はい。女神アフロディーテの奇跡です。
So you're not gonna tell us? Yes, a miracle from the goddess Aphrodite. Kuronari-san looked straight into my eyes and blinked. He opened his eyes wide with a start and said,
ピグマリオン
Pygmalion.
I slowly, quietly nodded. Just then, in came the girl with boundless energy, Coco-chan. I quickly let go of Kuronari-san's hand.
ピピ見かけなかった
Hey, have any of you seen Pee-Pee?
っていうかソラさん持ってんじゃん
Wait a sec. You're holding him, Sora-san?
ええ。だけどピピ、今バッテリーが切れてるみたいですよ。
Yes, but it looks like Pee-Pee ran out of batteries. Saying that, I handed Pee-Pee over to
バ
Coco-chan.
ッテリー切れそんなはずないよ
On batteries? That can't be.
だってさっき充電したばっかりだもん
Uh-oh.
I just finished charging him a minute ago.
Coco-chan held Pee-Pee between her hands and started shaking him left to right. He wasn't rechargeable kinetically, but that shouldn't have done anything for him, but... I exclaimed that without thinking as I realized something. Coco-chan and Kuronari-san both turned to stare at
わ
me.
かっちゃいました。原因。
I figured it out. The reason, I mean.
原因
The reason?
スイッチですよ。
His switch.
ただ単にスイッチが切れているだけなんだと思います。
I think you need to just turn on his switch. Coco lifted Pee-Pee above her. There was a button in his
いいです
navel.
か？行きますよ。
Are you ready? Here I go. I stuck out my finger and zeroed in on his belly button.
ポチッ
And
とな。
click. I firmly pushed the button. His motor started to run, and I could hear the faint sound of something oscillating. Fifi's eyes came to life.
What happened?
ソラさん、どうもありがとう。
Sora-san, thank you.
お礼なんかいいですよ。私はただボタンを押しただけなんですから。
Don't mention it. All I did was push a button. Just then. Kurinari-san broke out in laughter.
そうかそうか。ソラ覚えててくれたんだな。
Hey, Sora, you remembered.
Yes. I smiled from the bottom of my heart and nodded. The world was full of strange and wonderful things. Wasn't it? Discussion about Pygmalion and saying click. Neither of those should have been on my terabyte disk. Fifi leaned from Coco-chan's arms. Why shouldn't have that been on the disc? They talked about that way before the end. Wagging his tail fitfully, he raced across the deck.
Hey, wait, Pee-Pee.
Making a racket, Coco-chan chased after him. The deck was covered in gentle sunlight and overflowing with cheerful laughter. Looking up, there was the sky. The beautiful sky that continued without end, stretching out in all directions. And now, oh yeah, that's right. It wasn't in this timeline. It was in the it was in both of the other timelines. It was in the Sora and Tsugumi timeline. That's true. No, that you do have that conversation in the Tsugumi route. I remember you do. I remember having it in the Tsugumi route.
Pee-Pee, can you wait a second, you little?
Coco. Yep, we'll end with Coco. I was chasing after Fifi. I didn't know why, but that was what I was doing. It was probably just something fun to do. Fifi ran across the surface of the deck like he was flying. Suddenly, Fifi stopped.
Woo-woo-woo!
Just when I thought he wasn't running anymore, he looked up to the sky and started barking at something.
鳥かなんかいるの？
Huh? Is that a bird or something?
I lifted him up. Still, he wouldn't stop barking, so I followed his gaze and looked up in the sky. And there was.
お兄ちゃん。
Oh, it's you, Oni-chan.
Right in front of my eyes. Oh, and there's a police. Look. Jeez. Right in front of my eyes, I saw the floating outline of my Oni-chan, who I loved dearly. Well, it wasn't something I saw. Rather, I'm seeing it right now. Rather, at this moment, Coco-chan is looking at you. I cry out suddenly with an elated expression.
ちょっとこっち見て。
Hey, everyone, come over here.
こっちこっち。ほら、早く早く。
Come here, quickly, quickly.
The first people to arrive were Hokuto and Tsugumi.
どうしたの？
Huh? What's wrong?
何かあった？
Did something happen?
あれあれ。見てよ。あそこ。
Look, see over there.
I point at you. I want to tell everyone that you've arrived. Tsugumi takes up her hat and squints her eyes against the sunlight. Hokuto is.
本当だ。また来てくれたんだね。
Hey, it's true, you've come back!
A smile covers his whole face, and he jumps around as if he's going to start dancing. Next, Takapion shows up.
なんかいるのか？
Oh, what's going on?
Mayo jumps up.
Hey!
up on Takapyon's back. And soon everyone shows up one by one. Sora-san, Naki's daughter.
どうしたんですか田中さん
What's going on, Tanaka-san?
いいからいいから早く早く
Just come on, hurry! And knock you, kiddo.
彼ね
It's him.
Yeah.
The boat is suddenly crowded with excitement.
お兄ちゃんお兄ちゃん出番
Hey, Ani-chan! Ani-chan!
Oh, there's Chami on Sarah's head! I wave my arms wildly, hoping, praying.
この思いがお兄ちゃんに届きますように
Please let my thoughts reach Ani-chan.
そして再びお兄ちゃんに巡り合う時が訪れますように
And please let me meet with him again someday.
Now, I, Coco, am looking at my Oni-chan. Now, I'm looking at the world where Coco exists. Hey, Blick. Yeah, okay, we had to end with Blick WInkel, didn't we? Looking down it with both my eyes, I'm sure of it. If the moon is only there because you believe that it will be there when you look for it, it's possible that I'm here, and they are only here because we believe that they are. Right now, the world exists here. I am looking here at the world. I'm here looking at myself, looking at the world. How far do I go? I don't know the answer. But there are some things I'm sure of. Right now, I am seeing. Right now, I am being seen. Right now, you are seeing. And right now, you are surely being seen by someone. Indeed. See, I've never heard it saying. Oh, there. There we go, you guys. And that was Ever17. My, what an absolutely insane ending. Holy snaps. Seriously, damn. What an absolutely insane ending that was. Wow. And yep, here's all the CGs from waking up and everything. How the fuck is there stuff we haven't unlocked? Wait, what? Wait. And yeah, what about the glasses, dude? Who the fuck was that? Who the fuck was that? Epilogue, Blick WInkel. Yeah, we had. What are paths? Are those all like the different little dialogue options? I guess that's what those are. Wait, who the fuck was that glasses dude? Just some rando? Really? What was even the point of him being there? Oh, look at this. Interesting. May 2nd, Coco, Takeshi, and Kid. I see. So how do I get that last ending? How do I get that last ending? Do I just go into shortcut and go to the end of Tsugumi route and I'm gonna try that. Let's see what happens. Here we go, yeah. Oh boy, yeah, we're gonna watch this again, but I think, okay, here we go. That was pretty fast. Just zooming right through it. And now we know that the one person left behind is in fact Coco. Damn. Yep. It's just a CG of Coco with a live readings one, yep. Let's watch the credits one more time, even though this isn't the full credits now. Da, 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 da. This game, overall, it had a lot of really great moments, and you know, there were a lot of really flat moments. I don't think there was anything really bad about this game, except maybe the Sora route was felt unnecessary. Like, I can't call it bad per se, except that it did kind of negatively. It took some of the emotional impact away from the story, but it wasn't on its own. It's not bad. I'm pretty sure it's after credits thing. I'd love to see all these badass Tsugumi scenes. The emotional moments of the story are by far the best. It lost me a little bit with the Blick WInkel thing. I didn't like that. That seemed a bit. I'm sure if I had played Ever17, that probably would have been more. But the emotional core of the story with the family reuniting, and also Yu's family, that is incredibly strong, and that's why I still love this game. It's not perfect, not by any measure, but I love the emotional core of this game, which is, you know, the family of Tsugumi and Takeshi and their children, and the relationship between Haruyu and her daughter. And I think those aspects of it were fantastic. The seriously, I again loved it. I love Tsugumi so much. Haruyu, I just loved more and more as the game went on. Like, seriously, my god. Takeshi's really cool. Yeah, it's exactly Relest. That is 100% how I would say it. It's rough and clearly one of Uchikoshi's first works, but has some really great highs, twists, and emotional moments. And this is in German, so I can't read it. Oh! See, I said that. I think you said that says see you in 2034. Oh, you guys. Okay, you guys. And what was it called? Clear list. Yep, that was, yeah. They count that as an ending. They count that as an ending. Somehow. Yeah, that totally wasn't worth it. But, you know, have it for completion's sake. And how do we still not have an album complete? Muv-Love. I definitely will consider Muv-Love. And Tsukihime is getting a remake. And yeah, Remember 11 is absolutely going to be played. Relest. Do not worry about that. Like, there's a lot of things to be played. That is so weird how album completed is only 112. I got one, but is this what we got? It's Sarah in used dress and Coco there. Am I playing? I've already seen all of Persona 5. 3, 4, and 5 I've already seen. That's insane, Fawful. No way in hell am I doing that. To get all the scenes? Are you insane? Like, how could you? That's insane. To get all the little minute dialogue choices. Okay, you guys. Well, that is it for Ever17. We almost made 3 hours. I'd say that's pretty good. A bit long, but you know, hey, it's the finale. And I think I will leave us all off with... No, not that one. But, let's see. Here. Do I want to react to the Xbox opening? Maybe I will on Discord. I'll do it on text in Discord if you can post it there, Fawful. But I will tell you guys on Sunday. It'll be wait, no, not Sunday. Tuesday. We are going to start Fata Morgana prequel. Yeah, which is very short. Should be less than 10 streams. So, and after that is Shibuya Scramble, 47 Shibuya Scramble, I think it's called, which is a regular length visual novel. Archinelico, I think we're only like a quarter of the way through Archinelico, Sean Buster. After Archinelico is going to be Rose Gun Days. Okay, so with that, I will say for the last time for Ever17, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.